Hello, Taurus. Michelle B here. I've got a little reading that I've set out for you. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we're going to look at what to embrace and what to leave behind. And then we're going to look at your messages for abundance and prosperity. And we're going to look at your love messages because that's what you all just want to hear. So got to give you what you want. So I just got a message from my sweetheart saying that we could name a new kitten Booger. That's cute. All right. I wonder if that resonates with you at all, Taurus. I'm blushing. Wow. What to embrace for the next 12 days, my dear. 8 of Pentacles is here. And it's saying embrace the pleasure that you get from just showing up every day and doing your best at what you do. Taurus, I know that deep down, your spirit just wants to show up and have a relaxing life and know that everything's taken care of. And just do your best in the art of what you do. You are an artisan. You are the stable, reliable crafter, right? You're so good at creating things. So yeah, do that, because that is what you are good at. That is your craft. That's your gift to the world, is the art that you create. So keep showing up and doing that. And what to leave behind, here's where the issues come up, right? Leave behind feeling like you need to get drawn into other people's emotional BS. You're a very emotionally stable person, and you're really sensitive, however, to other people's BS. And you want to keep people happy. Everyone fundamentally does want to keep everyone else in their lives happy. And when it's never good enough, that Queen of Cups is in the reverse. When nothing's ever good enough and other people are always unhappy and it's nothing you can do anything about, it makes you, it interferes with your stability. It interferes with your ability to do a really good job at your craft, at the thing that you are good at, right? So I feel like you're just minding your own business, doing your own thing, trying to like live your life to its greatest potential. But there's all these other people that are like around you, and you're accepting them in your environment. So as we're going further into this reading, we're going to find out that it's time for you to release those people from your environment in order for you to be able to live up to your greatest potential, in order to be able to give your gifts to the world to its greatest advantage to the world. You can't do that if you're constantly distracted by people that are having issues that are not yours, right? So looking at your advice or prospects for resources, abundance, and prosperity. First, I look at your internal environment, what's going on inside of you, consciously and unconsciously. I got these 3 cards from the Solace Divinity Tarot to represent that. So I do have the King of Wands, which is you knowing what you want. You're very clear about what you want, and you feel inspired and passionate about what it is that you want to create, as far as your income, as far as your home life, as far as your environment that you want to be in, how you live your life on a day-to-day basis. However, there's this influence coming from the outside that makes you feel like you're on the defense. And I have this representative of Gemini, but it could be any sign. It's just the energy of this like mercurial, quick, immature influence that's like jabbing at you. And may not necessarily that someone is being aggressive toward you in particular, but they're bugging you. Somebody's bugging you, or I feel like it's a group of people that are bugging you, because in your advice, it's like, stay away from that. This is the chaos card. Everybody wants to contribute something, but it's like it's a competitive kind of contribution. Me first, right? So I feel like it's bothering you that people in your environment are bugging. Now, this might not be your work environment that is chaotic. It could be your home life. It could be your neighbors, but it's some kind of influence that's just like chaotic and nitpicky and fussy, and it's not you at all. It doesn't have anything to do with you, but people are dragging you into it because you care about them, or you can't just get away from them easily. But you're being advised. Here's the thing. So I got this, of course, for your advice for, getting away from that chaotic environment. Don't be around it if you want to live to this greatest potential that is being presented to you, that you know that you're capable of, right? We got the Emperor and the Empress for your advice. You know who you are. The Empress is usually representative of Taurus. The Emperor is representative of Aries. You probably have some Aries, probably, most likely, in your chart. That is that internal stability and internal fire, internal passion to protect yourself, right? And the Empress is the creator, but she cannot create anything unless she's being supported, right? The Emperor supports the Empress in her creation. He protects her and he supports her. So if you don't have someone that's doing this in your environment already, that's supporting you, that's creating a safe environment for you, you've got to be your own Emperor to protect the Empress within you. You can't create for the better of the universe if you are not safe. This is not a safe environment for you to be in, right? So what can you do to protect yourself, to create your own stability? So think about that. What can be done to protect yourself, to create your own stability? How can you eliminate the drama from your life? What can you do to minimize and eliminate the drama? So every little thing that you can do on a day-to-day basis. And what I would do is I would make a little chart of the things that irritate me. Every time I feel a little irritation, I'd write that down. Every time I felt safe, I would write that down. And I would find those threads of what made me feel good, what made me feel comfortable, what helped me feel like I was at my peak performance, right? And I would nurture that. And then anything that made me feel the opposite, I would eliminate that out of my environment. And I think slowly over time, I do get the sense from this section of the reading that it is something that has to be, it is an environmental condition that has to be created over a period of time. You may not be able to just, ditch all the drama out of your life. But over time, you can minimize it by protecting yourself, by implementing measures to protect yourself. And what ends up happening is that the better you can protect the Empress within you, that creative spark, that feminine creation within you, the better you can protect her, the better your economic prospects will end up being. Because you will be able to come up with some really great ideas that actually really help bring improvement to other people's lives. But you can't do that if you're in defense. If you're in this defense mode, you cannot bring your creative Empress out. You cannot be you can't provide for the universe. Can't provide something better for the universe, right? So there you go. Eliminate the drama. That's gonna take you so far in creating the life that you want, creating the abundance and prosperity that you want in your life. Moving on to your love, your connection prospects. Now, anything that you don't resonate with in this reading, don't worry about it. Make sure that you just check out other signs, readings for other signs in your birth chart, your rising, your moon, your Venus, your Mars. On my channel, you can also check on many other tarot readers' channels for their other readings to see what comes in alignment with you to feel like you're doing really well, like to the right advice for you, right? So what I'm reading here is not for people that are in great committed relationships where they don't need advice, right? And I'm not looking at advice for people that that don't want to be in a relationship, okay? So we're looking at people who are either single and they would like to create a relationship in their lives, or they want to improve the relationships that they're in, or wondering what they should do about the relationship that they're in if they're not happy, okay? So looking at the internal environment of those Taurus, we've got, I'm not seeing something from the outside. Of course, there's like chaos going on in other parts of your life, which is going to influence your love. It's all intertwined. It's all influencing other stuff. But more than anything, I feel like this drama, it might have been a person in your past that created some drama. The Queen of Cups represents Cancer, and Cancerians and Taurus have a really interesting, they click automatically because they're both so home oriented. They both need peace, but the thing is that Cancerians are so much more emotionally driven, and they don't understand why Taurus are so, like straightforward, so square, and vice versa. Taurus don't really understand why Cancerians are so volatile. Why do they snap at the slightest little thing? All the waterworks start coming out, right? And so that can create if you were in a relationship with someone in the past that was really emotionally volatile, it might have traumatized you a little bit, because you're always like, I don't want drama. I don't want drama. And whenever you're starting to connect with someone, you're it's like this thing from the past that's haunting you still, that you're afraid of getting into again. And it might be creating a feeling of fear of commitment phobia. So if you're connecting with someone, you're like, I don't want the same thing that before to happen again. And so you're like, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. You're hot and cold. To them, they see you as being hot and cold. And you know that that's how you feel. But you feel better when you're in a committed relationship. So that is something that you want to create for yourself. But you're kind of been in a holding pattern when it comes to either the connection that you are in, or the connections that you are in, or creating a connection. You've been in a holding pattern where you're like, I don't know if I want to do anything about it. I just kind of want to stay where I'm at. I'm afraid of becoming vulnerable in a connection because I don't want that scary stuff to happen that happened before. But once again, we have the Emperor that's here, and it's like, but I'm getting better. A little Monty Python, little touch of Monty Python, but I'm got better. I'm getting better. I'm stabilizing myself. I'm becoming my own anchor. Wonderful. Bravo, Taurus. Because that's what you need to be stable in yourself. To be stable, whether you're in a relationship or not, is the perfect foundation in order to be in an awesome relationship. That's what you need. You need to not be in need of a relationship in order to not have a codependent relationship. So that is good. You are getting better. You're really nervous about going forward, but you are getting better, and that is awesome. So advice going forward, I'm seeing that you do need to do a little bit more work on forgiving yourself for getting into relationships with volatile people in the past. You didn't know, okay? So I see this sense of shame or guilt toward yourself. Like, I'm sorry. You're saying, I'm sorry to yourself for putting myself in those situations just because I didn't want to be alone. But now you don't have to be that way anymore. You can be more discerning about who you connect with. You can always say, I'm done at any time. And I feel like a lot of these cards, the World is here. I'm coming back to that in a second. But the Justice and the King of Pentacles being here, it's reminding me of what a loyal partner you are. And I think that's one of the reasons that you're having such a hard time committing to anything, is because you think that once you become entrenched energetically with another person, that means you're stuck with them and you can't get away if it turns out that it's scaring you. The situation is not right for you and you're becoming nervous, right? That you won't be able to get away because you are loyal. That's what I do. I'm a loyal person. The world is here to tell you that you can always change who you are. You do not have to stay in a relationship just because you said you loved someone. You can love someone and walk away from a relationship if it's not working for the both of you. It doesn't have to be a traumatic situation. All you have to do is love yourself, love the other person, and say, this isn't working out. Okay, change the situation at any time. Start fresh at any time. You are not bound to be with another person for the rest of your life just because you're loyal in the way that you love. You can loyally love someone and disconnect a relationship at any time. And it's okay and it's safe to do that. That does not make you a bad person. You're not disloyal if you say, this isn't working out. And you won't know that it's not working out if you don't give it a chance, right? Unless you go ahead and step forward and make that commitment, okay? Make that commitment to be vulnerable and get to know someone on a deeper level before you decide that that's the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. You can get out of it at any time. Okay, Taurus. Let's look at your affirmation for the next 12 days before we close up for this reading. I'm using the Wholeness cards by the Salvage Sawhorse, and I've really been enjoying these. I'm going to hold out with these for a while, maybe a few months. We'll see, until I find another deck that I fall in love with. What's your affirmation for the next 12 days? Oh, this is perfect for everything that I've been talking about your relationships with other people. Now, this is about the chaos that's been interfering with your ability to create. You want to set healthy boundaries against people that make you feel unhealthy, right? That people that are bickering and chaotic and make you feel uncomfortable, you could set boundaries against that, right? You can say, I'm not gonna interfere with that. And they're just gonna have to deal with it. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a disloyal friend, right? And the same thing when it comes to developing connections with other people. At any point, you can say, this is my life. That's your life. I'm a loyal, loving person, but I don't want to be in a relationship of that sort with you. You can do that at any time. Setting healthy boundaries is about being deeply connected with what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel comfortable. So remember what I was saying about creating a little list or a chart, just like little journal every day. This happened, it made me feel safe. This happened, it made me feel unsafe, uncomfortable, yada, yada, right? Good vibe, bad vibe. You don't even have to know, you don't even have to put a pin in exactly what the feeling is. It's like, what feels good and what doesn't feel good, right? That setting boundaries is staying away from the things that don't make you feel good and allowing yourself to enjoy the things that do make you feel good, okay? It's gonna bring in the love. It's gonna bring in the money. Taurus, I love you. Thank you so much for being with me today. And I will see you in 12 days. Bye.